So what's going on, guys? The Truck Guy here. Today I wanted to review the best utility knives at Home Depot. It's going to be a fun one today. What I've done is I've assembled nearly all the utility knives you can pick up at Home Depot, although there's a few I left off because I felt like it might have been too close to some of the other utility knives, or just a few knives that I didn't pick up that I wasn't interested in. But if there's a knife missing that you think should be included or you want me to review, definitely comment down below. But let's get into the video, guys. So all the utility knives that you see in front of you today can be picked up at Home Depot for under 15 bucks. Some are just under 15 bucks, and there's a lot for $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. So none of these knives are going to set you back too much, guys. So I broke it up into 6 categories. You've got your compact utility knives up here. You've got your regular folding utility knives here. You've got your snap-off blades. You've got your fixed body blades. You've got your fixed blade folding knives. And then I found a couple that didn't fit any category that were kind of unique knives that I'll also touch on. Alright, guys, so right out of the gates I want to talk about the best overall folding utility knife, and that's the Husky Classic Lockback Folding Utility Knife. This knife is really durable, feels good in the hand. I've had this one for a couple of years now, and it's really one of my go-to utility knives. And it's also not that expensive. You can pick these up for $7 or $8 at Home Depot. And usually they come with 10 blades, or you can get them in 3-packs for less than 20 bucks. So this is a great all-around utility knife and would be my pick for the best overall utility knife. But not that far behind in this category, guys, is the Milwaukee Fastback utility knife. This one's got blade storage. You can get it without blade storage to lower the cost a couple bucks, but this one also really feels nice in the hand. It's nice and substantial, and it's a great overall utility knife as well, guys. So next I want to talk about compact utility knives. So you'll see the compact utility knives marketed through different brands. Husky's got a couple, and Milwaukee's got one. The best compact utility knife, again, it's Husky. They're doing an excellent job with their utility knives. And this knife, it's really just a nice small utility knife. So if you don't want something too bulky on you, this is a great, durable, again, lockback utility knife from Husky. And this only runs I think just about $6. So another fairly cheap, extremely durable knife from Husky. So next I want to talk about the best overall fixed body utility knife. And from the ones I've tried, it's definitely the Stanley, guys. The Stanley Quick Change Retractable Utility Knife. This is just an excellent knife from Stanley. They knocked it out of the park with this one. It's got a great slider. It's got great quick change. It's also got the drop-down blade storage. And this knife is just under $5.50, guys. So this is definitely my pick for the best overall fixed body utility knife. You really cannot go wrong with this knife. But I would say, as a runner-up in this category, you can't go too wrong with the Milwaukee as well. This is a really nice knife and also feels good, but nothing compares to the Stanley Quick Change Retractable Knife. Next I want to talk about the best overall knife with a fixed blade, and that goes to DeWalt with their Tonto blade. This is just an extremely nice knife that DeWalt has put out. It's got the liner lock and really easily opens and closes with one hand. I could really see this knife coming in handy if you're camping, if you're out in a field, something of that nature. DeWalt really knocked it out of the park with this particular knife, and it's, I think, just right around $10, guys, so extremely good value for this DeWalt knife, and it's the best overall fixed blade knife. So next I want to talk about snap-offs. I'm not a huge fan of snap-off knives, so I haven't reviewed a ton of them, but they do have some usability and they've got some versatility to them. But I would say the strong play in the snap-offs is the DeWalt. I picked up this pretty massive 25mm snap-off from DeWalt, and it's just a great overall knife, guys. It's got a really substantial feel, and I could see having this just in the center console of my truck. It's got the integrated blade snapper, so you're going to be able to always have a sharp knife on you, and if you throw it in your truck or something like that, you know, that's a place where you're not going to always have your extra blades. So I think DeWalt did a really nice job with this snap off, and you can get it in different sizes. So if you're going to go snap off, I would go DeWalt. So lastly, I wanted to touch on the best unique knife that I've tried from Home Depot, and that would definitely be the Husky 2-in-1 utility knife, sporting knife. This was just a very unique knife. It's got the liner lock on both sides, and one side is your utility knife, and on the other side you've got a sporting knife. So I could really see this knife coming in handy when you don't want to carry multiple knives on you and you've got both in one place. So very unique knife, and this would be the best unique knife that you can pick up at Home Depot. Alright guys, so I've talked about the best knives on the table, but I also want to give you guys a heads up about some knives to avoid. So right out of the gates, guys, the DeWalt standard utility knives, avoid these guys. They're just really chintzy, they wobble, they just don't have a great feel. They really feel just like cheap metal, and the parts I just really haven't been impressed with. I was going to review more DeWalt standard utility knives, but I kind of got discouraged after I reviewed this one. DeWalt is just not bringing the quality to their standard utility knives. If you're going to go DeWalt, go with something like the Tonto blade, but avoid them for the standard utility knives, guys. Another one to avoid is the Milwaukee compact utility knife. This just did not impress me at all. It just got a plasticky feel, and overall just didn't meet the quality of the more upgraded Milwaukee utility knife. So I would avoid the Milwaukee compact blade and look at the regular Milwaukee blade, which really has a nice, more upgraded metal body. If you're going to go compact, I would definitely go with Husky. Another one to avoid would be the Husky fixed body utility knife. Guys, this is just a giant plastic knife. I don't see why you would pay $10 for this knife. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. I kind of call this the kitchen drawer utility knife. That's where it looks like it belongs, not in a tool shop, not on your workbench. This is just not a great utility knife, and it comes in just under 10 bucks. If you're going to go with the fixed body, definitely go with the Stanley knife. And lastly, guys, this is a bit of a surprise, but I would avoid the Stanley Classic 99. And it sounds like a contradiction to put such a famous and trusted knife on the knives to avoid, but I'm going to put the Stanley Classic 99 on the list of knives to avoid because, guys, you have to take the knife apart to change the blade, and you've got to take the knife apart to get to your blade storage. This is a very trusted tool, but it just doesn't really make sense anymore when you can spend $1 more and get the upgraded Stanley. So guys, I would avoid the Classic 99 when you have the broader selection. So that's it, guys. Please hit me up with a like or subscribe if you can. And as always, we'll talk to you on the next video.